Welcome to my channel Digital Challenge Academy with Rimanshu.
Welcome back to the explainer for day 42. We've already crushed database automation in Writer and hammered out those complex payrolls in Calc, right? Well, today we're shifting gears. We're stepping onto the presentation stage to conquer LibreOffice Impress. Now, this is exactly the section where so many test takers just bleed crucial points, often completely by surprise. But hey, we're going to make absolutely sure you aren't one of them. Mastering this tool, it's literally your secret weapon for walking out of that exam room feeling like a total boss. So let's get into it.
Okay, first things first, we need to shatter a massive myth right out of the gate. So many people fall into this trap thinking presentation labs are just, a giant art project. They'll waste so much precious time agonizing over pretty colors, hunting for the coolest fonts, or throwing flashy starbursts on their titles. But here's the reality check. These labs are highly precise technical tests, period. The examiners, they don't care about your artistic flair. No, they are aggressively looking for exact master configurations and fully functional animation states. So today we're going to build a high-scoring deck together, giving them exactly what they want.
Here's our game plan for securing those perfect lab marks today. We're going to kick things off with acing the presentation lab and then slide right into mastering the slide master. After that, we'll tackle perfecting object animations, clear up the whole transitions versus animations confusion, and finish strong with a final practical challenge.
All right, let's jump straight into section 1, acing the presentation lab.
So our very first practical assignment is all about the master slide view. And guys, this is an absolute foundational concept you just have to wrap your head around. Think of the master slide like a giant cookie cutter, right? Instead of painstakingly shaping 50 individual cookies by hand, you just build the perfect mold once. Then boom, every single slide you generate automatically inherits that exact same DNA. Technically speaking, it's a foundational template hierarchy. Any element you place here duplicates instantly across every new slide you make. It is literally the ultimate time saver for keeping your design unified, and locking this down early is absolutely non-negotiable if you want to beat the clock on this lab.
Moving right along to section 2, mastering the slide master.
Snagging those easy lab marks comes down to knowing exactly how to pull off this configuration without burning through your exam time. It's actually a super simple 3-step rhythm. First up, you're going to completely ignore the main canvas and head straight up to your View menu. Step 2, select Master Slide from that dropdown, and Step 3, just apply your unified design styling globally. Whatever you lock in right now acts as a rock-solid foundation for your whole presentation. I'm telling you, this exact workflow is what separates the novices from the pros. Now, while you're hanging out in that Master Slide view, keep in mind that examiners are hunting for 3 very specific things to prove you actually get unified design. Number 1, you've got to drop a corporate logo placeholder right up there in the upper right corner. Number 2, you need to set an explicit, consistent font family for your titles and body text so nothing looks weird or out of place. And lastly, you absolutely must insert automatic page numbers. If you knock out these 3 requirements inside the master slide view instead of doing it the hard way on every single page, well, you've just instantly bagged full marks for your template configuration. Okay, let's keep this momentum going with section 3, perfecting object animations. To pull off a sequential project timeline, where your text elements pop up one right after the other, you've got to be super precise. First, swing open that sidebar in the Impress interface. Second, click on the animation panel. It usually looks like a cute little moving star icon. Third, apply a really clean, basic fade-in effect to your first item. Listen, examiners aren't looking for crazy, dizzying bounce animations, okay? They want to see subtle, professional control. And fourth, this is huge. You absolutely have to set the trigger properties. Just slapping an animation on there isn't enough. Actively controlling how and when those elements flow is what really proves you know your stuff. You really have to keep a close eye on these specific parameter triggers. This timing sequence is exactly what they use to grade your command of the software. Let's break them down real quick. So with previous simply means the animation fires off at the exact same time as whatever happened right before it. Then you have on-click, which is exactly what it sounds like, total manual control. Nothing moves an inch until you physically click your mouse or hit the spacebar. But for our specific assignment today, where we want that sequential timeline flowing beautifully on its own, you are going to rely heavily on after previous. Flipping smoothly between these 3 modes just totally validates that you are the absolute boss of Impress.
All right, on to section 4, transitions versus animations.
And wow, this brings us to the ultimate trap for test takers. What happens if you accidentally apply a whole slide delay to just a single text box? Yeah, your entire sequence completely breaks down and you just hemorrhage points. Knowing the critical difference between entire slide effects and individual element movements is literally what keeps your score sheet perfect. Think of it like this. Slide transitions are applied from the slide menu, and they dictate how the entire screen behaves when you flip from one page to the next. So if the exam asks for a 2-second delay between slides, that's a transition. On the flip side, custom object animations live in the animation panel. Those are strictly for making a single element move inside the slide. If they want an image to glide in, boom, you use an animation. Seriously, burn this difference into your brain right now.
Let's bring it home with Section 5, Final Practical Challenge.
You know the old saying, practical execution builds confidence. And honestly, nowhere is that more true than in these software labs. I really want you to grab the official assignment instructions linked below and actually test drive these configurations on your own machine. Seriously, fire up LibreOffice Impress right now. Build out a master slide with a logo, a uniform font, and page numbers. Then switch over to normal view, throw together a bulleted list, and sequence the whole thing flawlessly using those after previous animations. Baking in that muscle memory today is going to make the actual lab test feel completely effortless.
To wrap up today's explainer, I want to lock in everything we've talked about with a piece of vital test day homework. Here is the question. What is the exact function key shortcut to run a slideshow starting precisely from your current active slide? Not from the very beginning of the presentation, but exactly from the slide you're working on right now. Drop your answer down in the comments below. I seriously can't wait to see who nails this one. Keep grinding on these workflows, and I'll catch you all back here for day 43, where we are going to tear into advanced internet tools and web browser labs.